Hey guys, so today I have swatches of some new polishes from Zero Lacquer. 90 is my own brand that I do make and sell myself. So coming out in a couple of days, I have the Valentine's Day Trio, and then I also have this duo here, which is in collaboration with my very best friend, Nailpolishbabyy90. I will link her channel down below. We did a duo kind of to celebrate our 5th and 10th years on YouTube. So she's been on YouTube 5 years, she designed her polish, I've been on YouTube 10 years, I did mine. And these were supposed to come out actually at the end of last year because our 5 and 10 years were last year. But I didn't have nail polish brushes for the entire month of December, and it took me like 6 weeks to chase them down. And then her package got lost in Grand Rapids for like 3.5 weeks. So eventually everything made its way to us, but we did have to delay this a little bit. So our duo and the Valentine's Day Trio will be releasing on January 24th at 11 a.m. Eastern Time. If anything sells out, they will restock the following week whenever I get the current orders shipped. And that restock, if I need to do it, will take place later on in the evening. So if you're not able to make it for the 11 a.m. launch, the next restock will be a little bit later, so hopefully that can accommodate you. I don't know exactly what date and time that will be because it all depends on when I get the current orders shipped. So I will announce that on Instagram and Facebook, all of the 90 social media, when I have a set date and time for a restock, if I actually need to restock. So all of that being said, I will link the 90 website and the social media down below. 5 polishes here all together, and I will get into the swatches. So the first polish is called Something Sweet, and this is a white curly base with light pink holographic and gold holographic glitters in a bunch of different sizes. So this is going to be a bit sheer on the first coat. It is a crully. I usually do 3 coats of crullies because I like that really light white base, or really opaque white base. Some people like them in 2 because they look a little bit squishier, I guess. It just depends on your preference. And I think the formula is pretty good on this one. So this one does start to cover in 2 coats. You get a lot more glitter out of the second coat. I think I've said this before, but I never really worry too much about glitter coverage until I have that first coat down. I still like this better in 3 coats though. It just gives the white base just a little bit more opacity. It does look pretty good here, but it is going to dry a little bit more sheer than it's showing right now. And this is glitter in here, so it will be difficult to remove if you don't use a peel-off base coat. It's going to want to stick to the nail. So I'm going to add my third coat here. I did mention that you'll have a little bit of difficulty removing this. It does have glitter in it. And along those same lines, that glitter will have some texture to it, so you're going to want a good thicker top coat to smooth that out. You could also put this over a white, like 1 coat of this over a white polish. There'd be some changes. You'd still pretty much be doing 3 coats because you'd probably need 2 or more even, because you might need 2 or 3 coats of whatever white you're using, but you get a really, really white base out of it. And you'd also have to be a little bit more careful to make sure you get the right amount of glitter on that first coat, but that can be another way to wear these white curlies that gives a surprisingly different look for kind of being the same color combination as what's in the bottle. So that is 3 coats of Something Sweet. The next polish is called Lace, and this is a bright red jelly with silver holographic micro glitter. So this is another one that I did do 3 coats for my photos. It covers pretty well in 2, but my nail line was still showing. If you have a very white nail line, that might still be a problem after 3 coats. It's hard for me to say because I don't have a really white nail line, but once the glitter of 3 coats builds up there, it does distract from that quite a bit. And again, I think the formula is pretty good. So this one does start to build up on the second coat. Again, I did do 3 for my swatch photos, so I'm going to do 3 here. Again, like the last polish, this is glitter. This is more glitter, so it is going to stick to the nails without a peel-off base coat or anything like that, and it is going to take a thick top coat, maybe 2 coats of top coat, to smooth it completely out. So this one does cover up my nail line on that third coat. I'm not sure if you can see it on camera, but I could see it if I looked fairly close. If I turn my nails towards me, I could see it in person. So that is 3 coats of lace. And the next polish is called Flirt, and this is a hot pink curly base with... The next polish is called Flirt, and this is a hot pink, like kind of right walking the line between a curly and a jelly base with silver holographic glitter. And I actually filmed these swatches totally out of order because I needed to buy myself time to think of a name for this one. So this covers pretty well on that first coat. I did do 3 coats for my swatch photos for this one. And again, I think the formula is pretty good. So this one does start to build up on that second coat, but I can still see a bit of my nail line. I don't know if you're going to be able to see it on camera or not, but I can see it in person. And like the other polishes in this collection, this does have a lot of glitter in it, so this is going to take some scrubbing to remove it if you don't use something like a peel-off base coat. And there will be texture that you will want to cover up with a thick top coat. So this one does cover completely in 3 coats. I actually made this exact polish as like a prototype a couple of years ago. I don't remember if it was for a Valentine's collection or if it was for something else, and I absolutely hated it. I thought it was the ugliest thing I'd ever seen in my life. And then for some reason my mind has totally shifted and I wanted to make it. So that is 3 coats of Flirt. So now moving on to the collab duo with Amy. This is Amy's color. This is called 5. This is a turquoise base with bronze metallic glitter and black and white glitters. So this one is an acrylic base, so it is a bit sheer on that first coat. I don't actually remember if I did 2 or 3 coats when I did my photos. Well, I'll know when I get there. I think the formula is pretty good on this one as well. So this one builds up pretty well on that second coat. I keep thinking that I thought I was going to do 3 when I did my photos, but only ended up needing 2. So I'm gonna let this one dry completely before I call it. This is terrible because this is my own polish and I should know this. It's early and I'm tired. And there's a lot of glitter in here, so you will have some difficulty removing it, and you will want top coat to smooth out the texture that that glitter is going to give you. Yeah, that's good in 2. So my memory was correct. I went into my swatch photos thinking I was going to need 3 coats because it was acrylic, and then only needing 2, which then like, totally warped my recollection of that moment. So anyway, that is 2 coats of 5. So the other polish in the duo is my polish. This is called 10. This, I wanted to kind of be like the flipped version of Amy's polish. So this is a metallic bronze flake with navy blue holographic glitters. So this one is just a ton of really tiny bronze flakes in a clear base, so it does take a little bit to build up. You won't get resistance from those flakes, but you will get resistance from the blue glitter that's in there, and some texture from that as well. And again, I think the formulas are pretty good. This one does cover completely on that second coat. You might end up needing a 3rd if you have really long nails or like a really white nail line, but I don't think so. The flakes and the glitter are pretty much taking care of it. So that is 2 coats of 10. So I generally don't pick favorites for my own polishes. I'm going to skip that part altogether. Sometimes I do, sometimes I don't. Not really feeling it today. So I will link the 90 website down below. Again, those are releasing on January 24th at 11 a.m. Eastern Time. Hope you guys enjoyed this one, and I will talk to you later. Bye.